Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Mariam Heed, HOD and Professor Pediatrics. Today we will talk about tuberculosis in children. Tuberculosis remains the second leading cause of death after HIV from an infectious disease worldwide. Almost 1/3 of the world population, at least 2.5 billion people, are infected with tuberculosis. Currently, Pakistan stands fifth amongst the 22 high burden countries, which account for about 81% of all estimated TB cases around the world. According to WHO, the incidence of sputum positive TB cases in Pakistan is 97 per lakh per year, and for all types it is 231 per lakh, or around 420,000 new cases each year. So TB cases, sputum positive TB cases in Pakistan, incidence is 97 per 1 lakh per year, and for all types it is 231 per lakh, or around 4 lakh and 20,000 new cases each year. Now, what is the definition? Tuberculosis infection. One is tuberculosis infection. One is tuberculosis disease. Tuberculosis infection. The person has tuberculosis infection when Mycobacterium tuberculosis enters the lungs and begins to multiply. In tuberculosis infection, skin test will be positive, but the chest radiograph is normal and the child is free of signs and symptoms. So in tuberculosis infection, the Mycobacterium tuberculosis enters the lungs and begins to multiply. In tuberculosis infection, skin test will be positive, but the chest radiograph is normal and the child is free of the signs and symptoms. In the tuberculosis disease occurs when clinical manifestations of pulmonary or extrapulmonary disease TB. ये बात सुने, ये साउंड आ रही है इसके अंदर माइक में. The tuberculosis disease occurs when clinical manifestation of pulmonary or extrapulmonary TB becomes apparent by chest radiograph or clinical findings. Pulmonary tuberculosis. It is a first-time infection in a previously uninfected child. There are two types. Primary complex. It is a first-time infection in a child when the bacilli are taken to the regional lymph nodes, the site of main activity. And it is a first-time infection in a child where the bacilli are taken to the regional lymph nodes, and that is the site of main activity. Basically informed during primary focal focus is the Ghon's focus. There is in the primary focus there is lymphadenitis and lymphadenitis, and this is collectively called the primary complex. The second one is a progressive primary complex. It is an extension of the disease beyond the primary focus and the regional lymph nodes by bronchogenic or hematogenic spread. Secondary primary complex, it is active tuberculosis which can occur any time after the primary infection or disease due to endogenous or exogenous infection. So secondary primary complex, it is active tuberculosis which can occur anytime after the primary infection or disease due to endogenous or exogenous infection. Tuberculosis control means less than 1% of tuberculin positivity among children in the age group of 0 to 14 years. So less than 1% tuberculin positive children between ages of 0 to 14% are called tuberculosis control. Now, what is the etiology? Etiology is a mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is non-spore forming non-motile weakly gram-positive rods and obligate aerobes. Non-spore forming and non-motile weakly gram-positive rods. Acid fast, these are acid fast bacilli. It means that there is a discoloration by the acid dyes. The cell wall of mycobacteria mostly contains lipids. That is the reason for acid fastness. Epidemiology, 80 to 90% of infected children get away from the disease because of body resistance. They have the infection but not the disease. Only 5 to 10% of the infected cases may develop disease. So 80 to 90% of infected children get away from the disease because of body resistance, and only 5 to 10% of the infected cases may develop the disease. One third of the world population, that is about 2.5 billion people, are infected with mycobacterium tuberculosis. The main factors playing a role in the spread of TB are environmental factors such as poor socioeconomic status, overcrowding, poor nutrition, and inadequate healthcare. Genetics also play some role. So, poor socioeconomic status, overcrowding, poor nutrition, and inadequate healthcare and genetics play a role in spread of TB. In children, there is a slight predominance of tuberculosis in girls. Children under 3 years of age are more susceptible and are infected by adults member of the household. The favored age for tuberculosis infection is 5 to 14 years. Drug resistance in children is developing, and the main reason are poor patient adherence to the treatment and inadequate drug regimens by the physician. So, main reasons for drug resistance are poor patient adherence to treatment and inadequate drug regimens by the physician. Transmission of TB by inhalation of infective droplets that may result from aerosolization of the respiratory secretions. So it is by the inhalation of infective droplets. The source of infective material is usually an adult with cavity pulmonary disease. The most important factors determining the infectivity are the concentration of the organism in the sputum and the closeness and duration of contact with the index case. The most important factors determining the infectivity are the concentration of the organism in the sputum and the closeness and duration of contact with the TB patient. There will be increased incidence of transmission to others when the patient has number 1, positive sputum smear for acid-fast bacilli. Number 2, an extensive upper lobe infiltrate or cavity, copious production of thin sputum, and number 4, severe and forceful cough. So the increased chance of transmission are if the sputum smear for acid-fast bacilli are positive and there is extensive upper lobe infiltrate of the cavity and copious production of thin sputum and severe and forceful cough. Poor air circulation enhances the transmission of mycobacterium tuberculosis. Patients usually become non-infection within 2 weeks after starting adequate anti-tuberculosis therapy. It is very uncommon that young children may infect other children and adults because in young children, tubercle bacilli are present in very small number in the endobronchial secretion, and cough is not so forceful to make infectious particles of sufficient size in the air to infect. So it is very uncommon that young children may infect other children or adults because in young children tubercle bacilli are present in very small number in endobronchial secretions, and cough is not so forceful to make infectious particles of sufficient size in the air to infect. Other children with adult type pulmonary tuberculosis may transmit tubercle bacilli to other people. Now, the pathogenesis of TB. There is local inflammatory reaction which allows local inflammatory reaction follows, and histiocytes begin to carry the organism to the regional lymph nodes, forming a primary cone complex. In 98% of cases, the lung is a portal of entry. So, when this spread of organism to the regional lymph nodes, if a gone complex is formed, and in 98% of the cases, the lung is the portal of entry. Within the alveoli, multiplication of tubercle bacilli occurs. Mostly the bacilli are killed by the macrophage in the alveoli, in the alveolar ducts and the alveoli. Some bacilli may survive within the non-activated macrophages. These macrophages carry the tubercle bacilli to the lymph nodes through lymphatic vessels. Most commonly, the hilar lymph nodes are involved. If the upper lobe lung is involved, this may drain to the paratracheal lymph nodes. Most commonly, the hilar lymph nodes are involved. If the upper lobe of the lung is involved, this may drain to the paratracheal lymph nodes. Tubercle bacilli spread by bloodstream and lymphatics to many parts of the body when the primary complex is developing. When a large number of bacilli are disseminated, miliary tuberculosis develops. Cell-mediated immunity usually develops in 4 to 8 weeks. At this time, primary complex heals completely due to fibrosis or calcification and undergoes caseous necrosis and encapsulation. Viable Mycobacterium tuberculosis may persist for many years within these foci. So cell-mediated immunity usually develops in 4 to 8 weeks. At this time, primary complex heals completely due to fibrosis or calcification and undergoes caseous necrosis and encapsulation. And the Mycobacterium, a viable organism, may persist for many years within these foci. The involved lymph nodes may occasionally enlarge and cause partial obstruction of the bronchus, leading to hyperinflation of the lung portion distal to the partial obstruction. If the obstruction is complete, there may be atelectasis in the distal segments of the lung. And the involved lymph nodes may occasionally enlarge and cause partial obstruction of the bronchus, leading to hyperinflation of the lung portion distal to the partial obstruction. And if the obstruction is complete, there may be atelectasis in the distal segments of the lung. Central caseation in the primary focus may rupture in the bronchus, causing pneumonia. Calcification due to healing may disappear in 3 to 5 years. Massive lymphomatogenous spread causing malaria or acute meningeal tuberculosis occurs in 3 to 6 months after the initial infection. Immunology of TB. Tuberculosis is a classic example of the disease caused by intracellular organism. Protection is by cell-mediated immunity. Macrophages provide the major protection. So protection is by the cell-mediated immunity, and macrophages provide the major protection. Specific stimulation occurs when sensitized T lymphocytes contact mycobacterial antigens that has been properly processed by the macrophages. The lymphocyte then release a number of active substances called lymphokines which activate macrophages. Native immunity plays a role in infant tuberculosis infection can progress rapidly to disseminated disease like meningitis and miliary tuberculosis. Acquired immunity occurs as a result of infection or vaccination. Recovery from TB confers protection, which may be overcome by a large infecting dose. Now, the clinical features of TB. Pulmonary tuberculosis. The lung is the usual site of pulmonary infection and the main organ involved. The most primary tuberculosis infections are subclinical and are not detected by ordinary radiography. They are recognized by documented tuberculin skin tests. So most of the primary tuberculosis infections are subclinical. Manifest or revert to primary tuberculosis is accompanied by symptoms and radiographic evidence. Majority of children who do not show any symptoms and can be detected by positive Montes test. Initial symptoms are fever, anorexia, irritability, malaise, easy fatiguability, weight loss, and night sweats. Some children may show signs and symptoms of upper respiratory tract infection. So initial symptoms are fever, anorexia, irritability, malaise, easy fatiguability, weight loss, and night sweats. On X-ray, mediastinal lymphadenopathy or classic pulmonary infiltrates with hilar lymphadenopathy is seen. So in the X-ray, there is mediastinal lymphadenopathy or primary or the classic pulmonary infiltrate with hilar lymphadenopathy. It may manifest as pneumonia with high-grade fever, cough, and respiratory distress, dullness on percussion, and increased breath sounds and voice raise. So there are signs of pneumonia, dullness of percussion, and increased breath sounds and voice raise. Mediastinal lymph nodes may cause partial or complete obstruction of the bronchus, resulting in asthmatic or stridorous breathing with loud brassica and hyperresonance of the segment due to overexpansion. And this is due to mediastinal lymph nodes which are enlarged and partially or completely obstruct the bronchus. Complete obstruction leads to atelectasis with dullness, decreased breath sounds, tachycardia, and secondary bacterial pneumonia, bronchiectasis, and fibrosis. So complete obstruction leads to atelectasis with dullness, decreased breath sounds, and tachypnea, and secondary bacterial pneumonia and bronchiectasis, the complications. Reactivated or post-primary tuberculosis, healed lesions may become sites of bacterial multiplication, usually involving the apices, apical seeding, or Simon foci. These lesions caseate and liquefied forming cavities. Healed lesions may become site of bacterial multiplication, usually involving apices, which is called apical seeding on Simon's foci. These lesions caseate and frequently form cavities. This may lead to progressive pulmonary disease or complications like pulmonary hemorrhage, bronchial ulcerations, spontaneous pneumothorax, pleurisy, empyema, bronchiectasis, intestinal and miliary tuberculosis. This may lead to progressive pulmonary disease or complications like pulmonary hemorrhage, bronchial ulceration, spontaneous pneumothorax, pleurisy, empyema, and bronchiectasis and intestinal and miliary tuberculosis. Pericardial disease is the most common form of cardiac TB, and it arises from direct invasion of the lymphatic drainage from subcarinal lymph nodes. Pericardial fluid is serofibrinous or hemorrhagic. Over a period of years, obliteration of the pericardial sac occur due to fibrosis leading to constrictive pericarditis. If endobronchial spread occurs, it leads to bronchitis and pneumonitis with cough, respiratory distress, and cyanosis. Clinically, there are rhonchi and rales and XHS reveals bilateral alveolar consolidation. Now the tuberculous pleural effusion. Tuberculous pleurisy is a common complication of primary TB. It is almost a component of the primary complex. It is usually unilateral. It originates when there is discharge of bacilli from the caseated lymph nodes or subpleural pulmonary focus into the pleural space. So there is a discharge of bacilli from the caseated lymph nodes or there is subpleural pulmonary focus into the pleural space. It occurs after 6 to 12 months after initial infection, and patient present with cough, pleuritic pain, and shortness of breath, and signs of pleural fluid. The signs of pleural fluid is there is a chest expansion is decreased on that side, and the percussion note is dull, and the vocal resonance, vocal parameters, they are increased, and breath sounds, they are bronchial or decreased. Spontaneous resonation may occur within 3 to 4 weeks, but radiological changes may persist for long. Now, miliary tuberculosis. Miliary tuberculosis is defined as um, release of massive number of tubercular bacilli into the bloodstream, resulting in simultaneous disease in 2 or more organs. So this is simultaneous disease in 2 or more organs due to release of massive number of tubercular bacilli in the bloodstream. It occurs in 3 to 6 weeks after the formation of a primary complex and usually is a complication of primary infection. Organisms enter in small capillaries in various organs and form tubercles. Mostly lungs, spleen, liver, and bone marrow is involved. It is more common in infants, malnourished, and immunocompromised children. And the clinical manifestations depends on the disseminated load of the organism, and commonly the onset is insidious. So, miliary tuberculosis is defined as release of massive number of tubercle bacilli in the bloodstream, resulting in simultaneous disease in 2 or more organisms. It occurs usually 3 to 6 months after the formation of primary complex, and organisms enter in small capillaries in various organs and form tubercles. Mostly lungs, spleen, liver, and bone marrow is involved. It is most common in infants and malnourished and immunocompromised children. Clinical manifestations depend on the disseminated load of the organisms. Commonly, the onset is insidious. There is a way in the miliary tuberculosis. There is weight loss, anorexia, and low-grade fever. After several weeks, splenomegaly and generalized lymphadenopathy develops in about 50% of the cases. At this stage, fever may be high grade. Chest X-ray shows evidence of primary complex. After 3 to 4 weeks of the onset of symptoms, lung fields are filled with tubercles. Other findings such as respiratory distress, raised wheezing, pneumothorax, pneumomediastinum, pleural effusion may be present. Headache indicates meningitis, abdominal pain or tenderness indicates TB peritonitis, and coronary tuberculosis may be seen in 13 to 87% of the cases. So in miliary tuberculosis, there is weight loss, anorexia, low-grade fever. After several weeks, hepatosplenomegaly and generalized lymphadenopathy develop in about 50% of the cases, and the fever is high grade. Chest X-ray shows evidence of primary complex, and after 3 to 4 weeks of the onset of symptoms, lung fields are filled with tubercles. Other findings such as respiratory distress, raised wheezing, pneumothorax, pneumomediastinum, pleural effusion may be present, and coronary tuberculosis may be present. Diagnosis depends on the high index of suspicion. About 30% of these patients have negative tuberculin skin test, and the chest X-ray shows typical miliary shadows. Resolution of miliary tuberculosis may be slow, even with prompt treatment, but most patients recover completely. Fever usually settles within 3 weeks, and chest X-ray finding may resolve after several months. So diagnosis depends on the high index of suspicion. About 30% of these patients have a negative tuberculosis test, And chest X-ray shows miliary tubercles, miliary shadows, and resolution of miliary tuberculosis may be slow even with proper treatment, but most patients recover completely. And fever usually settles within 2 to 3 weeks after treatment, and the chest X-ray finding may resolve after several months. Now, how to diagnose a case of tuberculosis? Following points are evaluated to diagnose a suspected case of tuberculosis. Number one is a contact tracing. Number two, tuberculin skin test. Number three is radiological diagnosis. Number four, AFB smear and culture of body secretions and biopsy. So five things: contact screening, tracing, tuberculin skin test, X-rays finding, and AFB smear and culture of body secretions like sputum, and biopsy of the lymph node biopsy. Contact tracing. Any adult who had anti-tuberculosis treatment within the last 2 years from a recognized institution is considered a contact. So any adult who had anti-tuberculosis treatment within the last 2 years from a recognized institution is considered as a contact, and the contact may be in the family, intrafamilial, or from person in the neighborhood who handles the child frequently. Now, how to do the tuberculin skin test? Intradermal injection of tuberculin stimulates the delayed hypersensitivity reaction, which reaches maximum in 72 hours. So we give an intradermal injection of tuberculin, and which simulates hypersensitivity reaction, which reaches its maximum in 72 hours. 1 unit of purified protein derivative is injected intravenously in the left forearm so as to form a wheal of about 5 millimeter by sterile tuberculin syringe and a 26 pH range. Positive response consists of a central area of induration of 10 millimeter or above, and this induration results from migration of activated lymphocytes and macrophages. So we give 1 unit of purified protein derivative intracutaneously in the left forearm so as to form a wheal of about 5 millimeter by sterile syringe, and the positive response consists of central area of induration of 10 millimeter and above. This induration results from migration of activated lymphocytes and macrophages. Negative response consists of induration of less than 5 millimeter. Induration between 5 to 10 millimeters is doubtful response and may be due to infection with typical mycobacteria or prior BCG vaccination. The induration between 5 to 10 millimeters is doubtful response and may be due to infection with atypical mycobacteria or prior BCG vaccination. In such conditions, the test may be repeated on the other forearm to prevent the booster response. Induration more than 15 millimeter is definitely positive in all patients, even after the recent inoculation of BCG. A negative test does not rule out tuberculosis, but a positive test is strong evidence of infection of an active quiescent or past tuberculosis infection. So, negative test does not rule out tuberculosis, but a positive test is a strong evidence of active quiescent or past tuberculosis infection. A positive Monto test follows antigenic response, indicating the tuberculosis infection and not about the disease. In the condition in which the Montos test is positive, number one, if BCG has been given, patient is suffering from active tuberculosis, patient has suffered from tuberculosis in the past, and patient has subclinical disease and has become immune, and if repeated tuberculin tests are done. So condition in which the Montos tests are positive, if the BCG has been given and patient is suffering from active tuberculosis or has suffered from tuberculosis in the past, or he has subclinical disease and has become immune, or if there are repeated tuberculin tests. So these all conditions will lead to positive Monto test. Conditions in which Monto test is negative or true negative is patient is not suffering from TB and patient has not been vaccinated against BCG. And false negative Monto, that means that Monto test is negative but the patient is having tuberculosis. This is number one malnourished and debilitated patient, patient with miliary tuberculosis, patient suffering from measles or whooping cough, patient having steroid therapy, patient on cytotoxic drug, patient has contracted TB but of less than 8 weeks duration, and patient having immune deficiency and faulty technique. So in the false negative Monto or test, patient is seen in malnourished or debilitated patient, patients with miliary tuberculosis, patients suffering from measles or whooping cough, patient from having steroid therapy, patient having cytotoxic drugs, and patient who has contacted tuberculosis but is of less than 8 weeks duration. That is during the incubation period. If we do the Monto test, it will be negative, and patient having immune deficiency and faulty techniques. Now the radiological diagnosis of tuberculosis. Lung is the most common and the first site of involvement of tuberculosis. The diagnosis of childhood primary tuberculosis mainly rests on X-ray evaluation of the chest. So most important is X-ray chest. A primary complex in the lungs can be diagnosed by primary focus, which is a round or point shadow at the subpleural place, and there are draining lymph vessels and hyaline nodes. So there are three things in the primary complex, which is called Ghon complex. There is round or point shadow below the pleura and draining lymph vessels, which is called lymphangitis, and hyaline lymph nodes which are visible on the X-ray. Other significant findings are various findings like obstructive emphysema due to incomplete bronchial obstruction by enlarged lymph node, which is due to Barr valve phenomena. Tuberculous bronchopneumonia or consolidation due to aspiration of gaseous material into the lungs, and collapse consolidation due to complete obstruction by enlarging lymph node with absorption of air. Then bronchiectasis occur if the above complications are not many. So one is obstructive emphysema due to valve mechanism, and there is incomplete bronchial obstruction. Second is tuberculous bronchopneumonia or consolidation due to aspiration of gaseous material into the lungs, and the third one is collapse consolidation due to complete obstruction by the enlarging lymph nodes, and bronchiectasis occur if the above complications are not managed properly. The third one is AFB smear of the sputum or any secretions and culture. The most important laboratory finding for diagnosis and management of tuberculosis is the mycobacterial culture. Mycobacterium tuberculosis can be isolated from most of the body fluids and tissues. It is usually very difficult to get sputum in children less than 6 years of age, as they swallow but not cough or sputum. In young children, we take early morning gastric aspirate through the nasogastric tube instead of the sputum, and the gastric aspirate yields the organism in 30 to 40% of the cases. So mostly we use the sputum culture or pleural fluid culture, and under 6 years of age it is very difficult to get sputum, so we take the gastric aspirate. It is taken as early morning specimen and through the nasogastric tube, and it yields the organism in 30 to 40% of the cases. Uh, Lowenstein Jensen media is required. Um It requires 4 to 6 weeks of isolation of the organism and another 2 to 4 weeks for susceptibility testing. So it takes long time for Lowenstein Jensen media, 4 to 6 weeks for isolation of the organism and 2 to 4 weeks to do the susceptibility testing. In Bactec radiometric system, this is a newer one, a liquid media containing fatty acid substrates labeled with carbon 14 is used. And when microbacteria metabolize the fatty acid, 14 CO2 is released and measured as a marker of bacterial growth. Bactec system gives culture and sensitivity results within 7 to 10 days and more sensitive than the other media used for sputum culture. So we use radioactive carbon and the bacteria metabolize a fatty acid and 14 CO2 is released and used as a marker of bacterial growth. It is more sensitive and give results within 7 to 10 days. A biopsy in cases of tuberculosis retinitis histological confirmation of tuberculosis require external biopsy. Biopsy of pleural membrane may yield a positive acid for culture. In a case of tuberculosis retinitis histological confirmation of tuberculosis require external biopsy. Say biopsy of the pleural membrane also yield positive acid for stain or culture. And now newer techniques for to diagnose TB. DNA probes, these probes use DNA sequences that is complementary to specific RNA or DNA sequence of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is 100% sensitivity and specific when used on isolated organisms. The sensitivity when the probes are used directly on patient sample. So we use the DNA probes which are complementary to specific RNA or DNA sequence of Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and it is 100% sensitive and specific. The other one is PCR, polymerase chain reaction. PCR increases the sensitivity of DNA testing. DNA of the organism is isolated and replicated 1,000 times and then detected using a nucleic acid probe or specially stained electrophoresis gel. The results are available with PCR technique within 48 hours and it is 95% sensitive and specific for Mycobacterium tuberculosis, positive pulmonary tuberculosis. So PCR increases the sensitivity of DNA testing. DNA of the organism is isolated and replicated thousands of times and then detected using nucleic acid probes or specially stained electrophoresis gel. It is 95% sensitive and specific for TB bacilli. One page guideline for tuberculosis in children. Every child less than 14 years should be assessed for presumptive TB if she or he is presents with prolonged unexplained illness of more than 2 weeks with one of the following: cough more than 2 weeks or central deviation, fever usually low grade at evening or enlarged cervical lymph nodes or failure to thrive, and there is non-contact of tuberculosis patient with the TB positive, sputum positive contact, and Pakistan Pediatric Association scoring chart is used. So if there is history of cough for more than 2 weeks, fever for low grade duration, and large lymph nodes, failure to thrive, and non-contact history. This is PPS scoring chart and a very busy slide, and you can take this from the PPS guidelines for tuberculosis. We score the child accordingly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if the age is less than 5 years, it is scored as 1. And if there is contact positive, it is given to be suggested. Grade 2, if is bacillus negative and grade 3 bacillus positive. And if there is protein calorie malnutrition, and if it is there, it is 1, and if the child is not responding for 2 months, it is grade 2. If there is history of measles and whooping cough in the past 3 to 6 months, it's graded as 1, and if it is in the last 3 months, it is graded as 2. If the patient is immunocompromised, it is graded as 1, and if the clinical manifestations are suggestive, it is graded as 2, or if they are strongly suggestive, it is graded as 4. And the X-ray non-specific changes graded as 1, suggestive changes graded as 2, and strongly suggestive changes are grade 3. And tuberculin skin test, if it is 5 to 10 millimeter, it is graded as 1. And if it is more than 10 millimeter, it is graded as 3. And if gene expert is positive for TB, then it is graded as 5. And if the if the granuloma is non-specific, it is graded as 1. If it is positive for TB, it is graded as 5. So for score from 0 to 2 are unlikely TB, and from 3 to 4 possible TB, and score 5 to 6 possible TB, and grade 7 or more probable TB, and confirm if possible. Now the management of TB indications for hospitalizations are tuberculous meningitis, extensive pulmonary osseous renal or miliary tuberculosis, tuberculosis in a young child, and for surgical intervention or steroid therapy. So indication for hospitalization are tuberculous meningitis, number 2 extensive pulmonary osseous renal or miliary tuberculosis, and tuberculosis in young infant, and for surgical intervention or steroid therapy. Now the specific measures use isoniazid, also called INH. It is rapidly absorbed and penetrates readily into the tissues and body fluids, including the CSF. It is rapidly absorbed, penetrates readily into the tissues and body fluids, including the CSF. Concentration in the CSF is 50 to 100% of the plasma concentration. Low concentrations are present in the breast milk. Isoniazid is absorbed, is metabolized in the liver by acetylation. It is excreted primarily through the kidneys. So concentration in the CSF is 50 to 100% of the plasma concentration, and low concentrations are present in the breast milk. It is metabolized in the liver and excreted primarily through the kidney. It is well tolerated drug. Transient elevation of hepatic enzyme may be present in 10% of patients due to INH use. Overt clinical hepatitis occurs in only 1% of the patient. Routine monitoring of LFTs is not necessary. Hepatic toxicity is more likely to occur if the dose of INH is more than 10 milligram per kg per day, and if hemolysis is given with isoniazid. So, although routine monitoring of LFTs is not necessary, but if there is indication that hepatic toxicity may occur, especially in the dose more than 10 milligram per kg per day, and febrecin is also being used, and we have to do the liver function test. It is a bactericidal drug, and dose is 10 to 20 milligram per kg per day, maximum 500 milligram. Hepatotoxicity and peripheral neuropathy are the main side effects, but hypersensitivity reaction, fever, rash, eczema may occur. So hepatotoxicity and neurotoxicity, and especially in peripheral neuropathy, are the main side effect. There is no need to give redoxin until diet is inadequate, Breastfed infant should always be given pyridoxine as breast milk is deficient in pyridoxine. So we have to add pyridoxine in malnourished children and breastfed children. Now, second dog, the most important dog is rifampicin. It is well absorbed from GAT and penetrates all body fluids and tissues, and achieving in the CNS concentration in 60 to 90% of the plasma level. It should be given 1 hour before or 2 hours after meals as food inhibits absorption. It is metabolized in the liver and excreted in the urine. Dose is 10 to 20 milligram per kg per day, and the maximum dose is 600 milligram. It may color the urine, sweat, tears, and feces red. So it may change the color of the urine and sweat and tears. And main side effects is hepatotoxicity, leading to jaundice, and hepatotoxicity is rare when less than 1% unless it is used along with isoniazid more than 10 and the dose more than 10 milligram per kg. So one problem is color of the urine and sweat, and the other is hepatotoxicity, especially if the dose is more than 10 milligram per kg, and if it is also given with the isoniazid. Rifampicin should not be given with food because its absorption may not be adequate. Third drug is which is bactericidal is a pyrazinamide. It is a bactericidal drug given along with rifampicin and isoniazid for the first 2 to 3 months in a dose of 30 to 35 milligram per kg. So its dose is 30 to 35 milligram per kg per day, and is given along with rifampicin and isoniazid for the first 2 to 3 months. It achieves CSF levels 50 to 75% of the plasma levels, and it is active only at pH of about 5.5, which is a pH inside the macrophages. And it is metabolized by the liver, causing hepatotoxicity if dose is more than 40 milligram per kg per day. Other side effects are hyperuricemia, as pyrazinamide inhibits urinary excretion of uric acid, arthralgia, arthritis in 10% of the cases, and gout and GAT disturbances and skin rash. So the side effects are hepatotoxicity if the dose is more, or also hyperuricemia, arthralgia, arthritis, gout, and GAT disturbances and skin rash. Thiambital. It is highly effective and cheap, replacing pyrazinamide, but poorly penetrates CSF. It is contraindicated in children below 6 years of age because of inability to assess color vision. It is usually used in retreatment of INH resistant cases. Dose is 10 to 50 milligram per kg per day. Maximum is 1500 milligram. Side effects include optic neuritis, red, green color blindness, hypersensitivity, and GAT upset. So it's a cheap drug but highly effective, but it has poorly penetrates the CSF. It is contraindicated in children below 6 years of age because of inability to assess the color vision visual acuity. It is usually used in retreatment of INH resistant cases. Dose is 10 to 50 milligram per kg per day. Maximum is 1500 milligram. Side effects include optic neuritis, color blindness, and hypersensitivity, and GAT upsets. Streptomycin, it is given as intramuscular injection as a third drug for miliary or meningeal tuberculosis. It is effective for drug-resistant tuberculosis. It reasonably crosses the blood-brain barrier of injection, and it is excreted mainly through the kidneys. Dose is 20 to 60 milligram per kg per day, and side effects are minimized by a short course of 4 weeks, and main effect is side effect is damage to the retina. Other side effects are in vertigo, ataxia, hearing loss, and hepatotoxicity. So it is used in miliary and meningeal tuberculosis, and given as intramuscular injection, and dose is 20 to 40 milligram per kg per day for initial 4 to 6 months. This is given and side effects are AIDS nerve damage. Now, other side effects of streptomycin are vertigo, ataxia, hearing loss, and hepatotoxicity. Second line drugs are used if the drug resistance to first line drug or toxicity becomes a problem. Monoglycosides such as kanamycin, amikacin are active against most strains of Mycobacterium tuberculosis, including those resistant to streptomycin. Now, corticosteroid use in tuberculosis, they are indicated in tuberculosis meningitis, endobronchial disease, localized air trapping, collapse, consolidation, miliary disease with alveolar block, pericarditis, peritonitis, and pleural effusion. So these are indicated in meningitis and endobronchial tuberculosis and alveolar block, pericarditis, peritonitis, and pleural effusion. The dose is 1 to 2 milligram per kg per day for 4 to 6 weeks with gradual withdrawal over several weeks. General wears are the bed rest is in seriously ill children, nutritious diet and physiotherapy. Drugs should be given in combination as double or triple therapy as a single dose to achieve peak levels with bactericidal activity as organism take minimum 48 hours to divide. Patient become non-infection from 9 days onward, but therapy should be continued for 9 to 18 months. So drugs are given in combination, 2 or 3 doses, and early in the morning before breakfast. And the duration is 9 to 18 months. 18 months for TB, meningitis, and miliary tuberculosis. Children receiving anti-tuberculosis treatment should be given a proper follow-up to monitor compliance and toxic reactions to medicines. So proper follow very important to monitor compliance and toxic reactions to medications. How to prevent tuberculosis? Primary prevention, TB, BCG vaccination prevents the establishment of the tuberculosis infection. Secondary prevention is isoniazid therapy prevents the development of active disease after infection has occurred. And BCG vaccination activates host cell mediated immunity to microbacterial antigens and prevents infection or progression to disease if a subsequent infection with Mycobacterium tuberculosis occurs. UEL local reaction to intradermal BCG vaccination is a papule that ulcerates and develops into a permanent scar. And efficacy of BCG in subsequent tuberculosis is 0 to 80%. Most important effect of BCG is to limit serious disseminated tuberculosis, especially miliary tuberculosis and meningitis. So most important effect of BCG is limitation to the serious disseminated tuberculosis, especially miliary tuberculosis and meningitis. Prevention therapy with isoniazid. Isoniazid preventive therapy is indicated in children with positive tuberculin test but with no clinical or radiological evidence of tuberculosis, and the children with a negative tuberculin test who have known recent exposure to an adult with contagious tuberculosis. Children of any age who show recent conversion of the tuberculin skin test after exposure to contagious disease. So it's given in positive tuberculin skin test with no clinical or radiological evidence of tuberculosis, or children with negative tuberculin test who have non-contact with an adult with contagious tuberculosis, and children of any age who show recent conversion of tuberculin skin test after exposure to contagious case. A 1 year course of isoniazid preventive therapy is of proven efficacy. Thank you. ये अनम्यूट कर दे जरा, एक्सक्यूज मी, ये अनम्यूट कर दें, अनम्यूट कर दें, पता नहीं। अनम्यूट कर दे पर्चेदार। क्या? अच्छा खुद ही करेंगे क्वेश्चन आंसर, कैसे कहूँ? इफ यू वांट टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन यू विल आस्क चैट की तरह।